Hello my lovelies, TigerLily here, and today we're playing a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. And before I get into this game, there is a disclaimer at the beginning of the game that says if you are 13 years of age or younger, that you should not be playing this game, so I'm going to apply that to the logic of watching the game as well. So if you're 13 years or under, you should not be watching this game. So this is your chance to click away from it now, because I had to click at the beginning and say that I was older than 13 and that I was okay playing this game, because apparently it has some dark and very touchy subjects addressed in this game, which if you just look at it, it does not look like that. And I think that that might be the point, is it's supposed to be like purposely disturbing, because it starts out like this and then it apparently takes a 180, but we're gonna find out. And I still have a bit of a cold, as you can probably hear from the sniffling, so I'm sorry. But we're gonna jump back in. I feel better than I did yesterday, so that's the plus part. Yesterday I was not feeling good, so. I think we're playing as a boy, so we need to pick a boy name. And I don't know what I'm gonna name that boy. You know what? I've been reading a lot of Dante, so we're gonna name our guy Dante. That's what we're gonna do. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. Ugh, excuse me. And I got tired of waiting up. I apparently needed to wait just a little bit longer after lunch. But it's fine. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Okay, you got some weird logic, kid. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time? Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say like that. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I'm apparently gonna trip over my tongue today. That's what's gonna happen. That's mean, Dante. I like that name. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Oh my god. This is gonna be a disaster, isn't it? By the way, Dante, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations about where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That sounds like me in real life. Are we sure this is a boy? This could totally be me. Although, probably more instead of anime, I'd say like Marvel and Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, Doctor Who too. Basically TV and movies. Basically anything entertainment related. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'll die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? Should I know that word? Okay. You trust me, right? don't make me keep worrying about you. Right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, at least a little bit. And if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Now that sounds like me. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. My nose is itchy. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, I thought that you'd come to my club. Sayori... Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Now see, I would totally join a literature club. I love reading and writing. That would be something I would actually want to do in real life. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. What do you care so much anyway? Seriously, why does she care? Uh-oh, sneezes. Totally fine. Just sneezing up a storm over here, don't mind me. Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay! Let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. It totally sounds like something I would do as well. Are they confetti? Are they confetti cupcakes? Can I have them? I want confetti cupcakes. No, I actually want some in real life. Or pumpkin. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. I just noticed the music went off. Is that normal? Is it supposed to do that? I'm gonna go with it. Jesus. A section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Okay. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh, okay, it's back. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori's always saying nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. She sounds like a brat. Ah, Dante, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I had to say it that way. You can't not say it that way. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the only one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Dante. Monica smiles sweetly. See, I gave her the right voice, okay? She's got the right voice, and Yuri's got the quiet, mature, very sounding voice, and Natsuki just sounds like a brat. And Sayori is just like normal. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, reverse that, and that was all of the guys I liked in high school. I learned my lesson. So, having her... That did not come out right. Let me rephrase that. Make what I said about her, the guy version of that, that's what I meant. Words are not going to be my friend today, are they? Oh boy. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Dante. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? That sounds like a good idea right now. I'm on like my 5th cup today. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but I try to get rid of this. The nasties in the nose, so I'm gonna drink as much green tea as I can. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Probably the smarter plan instead of sitting next to Monica, since Sayori's the reason I'm here. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats! Can I see them? I want to see what this looks like in real life. Oh my god. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were made to used to make the ears. Oh, I want them! So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. That's how I eat food. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. As you do. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She waiting for me to take a bite? Don't look at me! It makes me nervous. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Oh, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Have I? I don't know. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Right. Jesus. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Apparently I wanted there to be more to that sentence. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoyed tea. That took me longer than it should have to read. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Probably a good idea. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I like that philosophy. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Good on you, Monica. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Dante, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Can I answer for him? Fantasy! Sci-fi! The classics! Dante's Inferno! The Divine Comedy! I'm like halfway through. It's really good. I hadn't read it like all the way through before, so it's a good read. Bit dark, but it's a good read. Let's see what our Dante's answer is. Manga? Okay. Alright, kid. Sure. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Oh, I was trying to give Dante her voice. Oops. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad face. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. See? Me. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Me too! But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Preach, girl! Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. The rock or a rock? It says a rock, but are you sure you don't mean the rock? I'm getting completely off topic. It's fine. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me into another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful in changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, it just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Yuri? Oh, I'm giving Monica her voice. No! That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Okay. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. That's fair. I'm okay with that, and it is a literature club after all. Yeah, let's do it. Sayori's all gung-ho for everything. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. My brain is not working at the same speed that my eyes are deciding to read, so I feel like I'm skipping words. It's not good. Isn't that right, Dante? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Dante? I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. I think that's what she said. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Dante, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Dante, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Why do all the other girls' names end with an I, but hers ends with an A? Could have given, like, these two different ending names or something. Oh well. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Oh, so we get to pick who we want to... basically who we want to date. Okay. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, so... I guess that means that we have to choose, like, which girl we want to be the closest with, so let's see. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright? Oh, you can't even pick Monica! It's only between Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. So, who do I want to pick? I think I'm gonna pick Sayori. We already knew her, we were friends with her, and I feel like if we don't pick her, we basically friend-zoned her, and that's not nice. So... Oh. They... Oh. Okay, that was not what I meant to do! Oh no, I'm picking all the wrong ones! What is Sayori like? I'm so picking the wrong ones. Can I go back and do it again? Ah! Oh. I see. Boop. What? What? So she likes the dark stuff? I thought that was Yuri. Okay. Grief? What? Alright. Fickle. That's Natsuki right there. Horror is Yuri. Death? Whoa. Vivid. Ah, I did the wrong one. Melancholy? Oh, that's both of them. Okay. Why did she like the dark stuff? Massacre? No, that was her again. Let's see. Graveyard. Nope. Well, not anime. That's Natsuki. pain? Oh god. Why? Dark. I don't want to pick suicide, that's bad. Depression. Yikes. Sayori, what is going on in that head of yours? You and your cute little red bow, what is going on with you? Tragedy. Jesus, woman! What in... Okay. Defeat? What? I'm so confused. Is this what they talk about with the darkness? Like, with like the... Things are gonna flip on their head? Crimson. Oh, okay. Sadness. Oh, we have 2 more. Empty. And... Why is that a choice? Spinning. Why did that go to Natsuki? Whatever. Hi again, Dante. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dante. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. This is why I'm not picking you, Natsuki. You're a brat. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. What are you gonna do? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Dante always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work, even without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Dante can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sure, I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want me to. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Sorry, I clicked the button too soon. I didn't realize I did. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's being really adorable. I'm not gonna lie. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Okay. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. The all-seeing eye? Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came up from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dante? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. There is a gnat in here, flying around. I'm not okay with that. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up seeing something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. Exactly. See, this guy is smart. He knows. He knows what's up. I'm losing my sweater off that shoulder. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I'm might as well get started reading. Oh, crap. I was reading that in her voice. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Wait, are we getting close to Yuri? I want to get close to Sayori! Crap! What'd we do? Well, she's talking to the other girls, so I guess it would have to be between the two, and I don't really want to get close to Natsuki, because she's kind of bratty, so... Alright. I guess that's fine. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oops, slipping in my seat. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh, they're getting cozy in the classroom. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. See? They are getting cozy. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. I continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. See, I didn't want to get close to Yuri, I wanted to get close to Sayori! Damn it, game, what have you done? My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Oh, she didn't look happy. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Dante, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Dude, Dante! Are you sure you know what you're doing around girls? Good grief. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ouchie. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find somebody to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, so before we jump into this decision that we're supposed to be making, I am going to leave this episode here, and we are going to pick up in the next one with reading everybody's poems. But I don't know how I feel about this game. I mean, I like it, because I like these kind of like visual novel kind of things. But it said it was supposed to be really dark, and for some reason Sayori likes all the gloomy, like, dark, murdery type things, and it's making me question a lot of things. So I think there's something going on with Sayori that I really don't know about. So it's gonna be fine. Next episode, which I think will be on Saturday, you guys will get to see where we pick up from this. So if you guys liked the video, hit the like button down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of Doki Doki Literature Club. And if you guys want to check out some of my other playlists, I will leave the links down in the description below. And if you guys want to leave me a comment telling me who you guys would have picked or have picked if you've played this game, for which girl you want to go after, let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know why. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on who you picked and why. So, that being said, this is TigerLily. Until next time, my lovelies, bye!